I don't know if I can do this. I can't do it. Hold up. Oh, my arms are tired. Hey folks, it is Saturday, November 9th, 3:10 p.m. is the time, and the temperature is much cooler than it's been recently, 8 degrees Celsius, and I am here on Duplex Avenue, just south of Eglinton. And this is, of course, Midtown Toronto. And that's the bus terminal at Eglinton Station. And that was in the news earlier in the year, as a lot of people were caught entering the station there without paying a fare. In fact, a number of people entered just before I started recording this one. The sign there says, "No entry, no exit." Those two girls didn't seem to care. It's kind of harmless when you leave. Anyways, and there's a 32 Eglinton West bus and a 52 Lawrence West bus. I wonder what would happen if I tried to enter there. But for this one, I'm going to head over to the intersection of Yonge and Eglinton, and then I'll be walking north up to Lawrence Station and the Yonge-Lawrence Village area. I'll just wait for the light to change here. And the number of these Eglinton buses will ideally be drastically reduced once the Crosstown finally opens. There was something on Reddit today or yesterday about the Crosstown. It says, "Happy Eglinton Crosstown groundbreaking day for those who celebrate it, November 9th, 2011. That is quite the grift the province is running. That's right, they started construction back in November of 2011 on a essentially partially underground streetcar line that they call an LRT, and we are still nowhere near seeing it in operation. Years late, we're going to be a decade late at some point soon, and billions over budget. Yeah, the province is putting their efforts on removing bike lanes to reduce congestion. No, that doesn't make any sense and is idiotic and the opposite of what they should be doing. And it's worth tying the province into this project, as it is the province in control of constructing it. Well, Metrolinx and Crosslinx are the ones behind this massive taxpayer grift. But you can see escalators that lead down to the Crosstown platform. You can also see an elevator at the northern end of the Line 1 platform. And you can get a glimpse down towards the Crosstown station there. There's a number of cyclists using the incomplete bike lanes. These don't really connect to anything. They just kind of disappear after a few blocks. And then they reappear everywhere there's a station. The city's supposed to finish connecting those dots once the Crosstown construction is all cleared up. But now those plans might be in jeopardy, as the province is trying to railroad a bill that would give them the authority to prevent any future bike lanes being installed. That would require their approval, as well as remove existing ones.
For some reason, I thought we were on the other side.
I will see you.
This intersection has been under construction for over a decade now. There's still work being done. And let's look south towards Davisville Station, but we're going to be going north. Wanted to get some steps in before I go out for a birthday dinner tonight with some friends at my favorite steak restaurant. That's the Yonge Eglinton Center on the left. How is he not cold? All right, let's cross over to the east side of Yonge here. One of the viewers in a recent live stream said that this area always feels like London, the UK to them. I think maybe they've been staring at that pub a little too long. There you can see the CN Tower way off in the distance. This is one of the more confusing and oddly configured intersections. This street here used to be a two-way street, Roehampton. But during the pandemic, it was converted into an eastbound one-way street, and the street to the north of here, Broadway, was converted into a westbound one-way street. But you'll often have pedestrians trying to jaywalk as vehicles trying to turn. It's one of those intersections where everyone needs to look at the traffic signals. I've seen a lot of near misses here. And there's no rights on reds from that side over on Orchard View. Not a huge fan of that particular hot dog vendor.
It is. You're laughing. That's what it is.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Dollarama, across the street from Dollarama. I might be going here later tonight. Headliner Jason Allen, host Nick Dury. There's the Rosencrown, a longtime staple of the neighborhood. And Pie, an excellent northern Thai restaurant. Above that, there's a place I don't really go anymore, Shoppers. went to that ramen restaurant the other week. It was quite good. And this place is always packed. Grazie, do make reservations if you want to eat there. And this place, at least on warm days, is always lined up. There's a hidden gem sip wine bar. I'm just remembering up ahead there's a park that has a series of monkey bars, and earlier this year in the spring I tried to do them and realized I couldn't even do one. No one's there, maybe I'll give it a go. That's where Best Buy used to be. There's also a Restoration Hardware over there.
I don't think it's close.
There used to be a bar slash club down here called Alley Cats. The Fix Resto Bar? Just kind of curious. Cha Bar? A lot of people in there. Yeah, this place didn't last. With this nice patio area too. This area, at least a decade or so ago, was dubbed young and eligible. In fact, it's been like that for quite a while, but a lot of the nightlife has disappeared. Filthy McNasty's is gone, Alley Cats is gone. Where Pie is, there used to be a club. A few new spots have opened up, like Function Bar.
When you figure it out.
I'd say on the whole it's a bit more boring than it used to be. Speaking of what used to be, that used to be a can of computers on the right. And here's one of the places I get bananas from.
You should be able to. I think I saw her.
Uptown Yonge. I always think of Uptown as more Willowdale area to the north of here. This place is a solid breakfast and brunch spot. Sadly, their prices have really gone up, but that's the same with just about everywhere else. There's where the Capitol Theater used to be. Now turning into what else? A condo, and there's the new park in behind it. There's an old theater that dated back to 1918. They've had to preserve as much of the facade as they could. Looks like a pretty bog standard condo going in over it. You'll notice pedestrian traffic thins out the further we get from Eglinton Station. It's relatively low density this far north. It's mostly single-family homes off of Yonge Street in either direction. Just gonna fix my shoelace. But this used to be a Sport Check. That's been vacant for quite a while. If you want a healthy but expensive meal, this place right here can satisfy that. I went in there, I ordered just one of their standard bowls, I think the Fiesta Bowl, and I chose protein as my side, or beef. And with tax, a simple meal came out to $26. I didn't have a drink or anything else. Not the best value in the world. More retail for lease.
And you have to do is check with I'm telling you, these are why are you being so secretive?
So I think in total this one will be maybe about 2.5 kilometers. Oh, this Timmy's is all boarded up. That clomping you heard would have been that lady in front of me's boots. I don't know how you can walk around in something like that for any distance. Pizza by the slice. One slice, any flavor, $4.60. 2 slices and a can of pop, $9. Halifax style donair. There was a time when Value Village was actually a value. Authentic Tibetan Momo in this area. I'm gonna have to try that out. Sporting Life. Whenever I order Domino's, there's where it comes from. There's definitely much lower foot traffic in front of these places. One of the reasons for that is there's no station between Eglinton and Lawrence. Over on the west side there is. There's Glencairn Station. And that sits between Eglinton West and Lawrence West in a, ooh, it sounds like someone's got a flat tire over there. In a mostly low-rise area. Maybe their car's just sounding like they have a flat tire, but on the much busier Yonge corridor, there's no station between Eglinton and Lawrence. It's almost time to see if I can make a fool out of myself. There's Glencairn Avenue. Here's the 97 bus that runs up Yonge Street. Speaking of running up Yonge Street, heading south at this moment is another Toronto YouTuber, T-Shods. She is live streaming an attempt to walk all of Yonge Street, which I think is 56 kilometers. A few people have done it on Reddit recently. Looks like she's in Richmond Hill or Markham. I don't know if I could do that at my normal walking pace in one go. Vote Jason, Ward 15, November 4th. What's that all about? It's a very unofficial looking sign. Glengrove Avenue, the Alexander Muir Gardens, which used to be south of here by Davisville and Yonge, are coming up.
No, I don't think so.
What?
$7 for 12 hours.
I googled it as well.
If you're curious about the rent, viewit.ca/B838. Lawrence Park Lawn Bowling and Croquet Club. Alexander Muir's the musician who penned The Maple Leaf Forever. There's a big mural of him over in Leslieville. In the area just over to the right, which is to the east, is Lawrence Park, one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in the entire city. I think those blasted monkey bars are coming up pretty soon. Hopefully they're busy and I have an excuse not to test my luck. Oh good, nobody's down here. I set my camera up and embarrassingly couldn't do one. And my shoulders and arms are quite tired from my workout this morning, but I'm too curious. All right, let's see if we can at least one up my earlier record of 0. Oh, great. You're gonna see my belly pulling up. Oh, my arms are tired. Woo! Monkey strength. That's an improvement. Oh, my shoulders aren't too happy I did that though. I don't feel like jumping up. Oh, easy chin up. All right, that's enough. Let's go. The Johnny of me 6 months ago. You don't want to mess with the current version of me. I would whip your ass. That guy could not have done a chin-up or a pull-up. The hardest part of that is the initial, just getting off the ground. That's why it's important not to jump, but do it from a dead hang or a standstill. I can do about 7 or 8 chin-ups now, and 3 or 4 pull-ups. Which might not sound like a lot, but a month and a half ago, I could do 0 of either. There's the Monk Hearing Center. Hyundai looks kind of funky. It's a hybrid. Currently in possession of a Honda CR-V hybrid. There's Lawrence Park. And this is Lawrence Avenue coming up below, I believe, the south entrance, and the bus terminal at the station is still closed. It's undergoing renovations. Part of an accessibility project. So I'll walk up to the station entrance. I'll be lazy and just take the subway back down to Eglinton. And that old Starbucks space is still for lease. That's why the Lawrence buses are diverting down to Eglinton Station. I can't use the bus terminal at Lawrence Station. Some gorgeous old homes along the north side of Lawrence here. Closed for construction. This is the Yonge-Lawrence Village. I bought an iPhone 6 from someone right there once. Back when I started live streaming, I wanted to try an iPhone, and I wanted one with a headphone jack so I could plug a microphone into it. So I bought a used one off a lady in a car, and it was quite the piece of shit, and I wanted to put it up for sale. And I put it on Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji. I forget which one I sold it on, but someone sent me an offer, and it was a woman who had what you could call an attractive profile picture or a picture attached to her account. And then that had nothing to do with my decision to sell it to her. She was the only one who responded. But I was like, sure. And they came to my building to pick it up. But instead it was a man who could barely speak English. He was asking me 101 questions about the phone and trying to get the price down as much as possible. And I held my ground and said, no, this is the price we agreed to. You're not even the person you said was coming. And they bought it. And even though I fully wiped the phone using the process that Apple lets you do it through within the phone itself, about an hour later, I got a notice saying that someone was accessing my account. Fortunately, I don't have any payments or payment methods or anything at all hooked up to my Apple account, but it was clear that person was a bit of a scammer, and it had some way to get into the account on a wiped iPhone. But they got nothing out of it. And we made it to the station. So I'm gonna head down and hop on a southbound train. To subway and buses, I should probably cover that up. There might be people paying. With the intent on accessing the buses. TTC can be rather sloppy about those sort of things. Communication's not their strong point. On that note, I hope you enjoyed this one, walking north up Yonge Street through Midtown Toronto up to the Yonge-Lawrence Village. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do on YouTube, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description.
There's no subway service on the portion of Line 2 between Hinckley and Keele stations due to track work. Shuttle buses are running. Check ttc.ca for more information.
Doesn't seem like the train is on its way. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink.